All right. Today from my home office due to some traffic, so it's a little different environment. Welcome to the Flyte Community Sync. My name is Martin Stein. I'm with Union.ai. Almost forgot our name, and I'm your host today. A few housekeeping notes first. As always, this is a Zoom call. It's recorded. We're going to share it in social media so you can see it, watch it on YouTube or any other places as well later. And the Flyte OS open source community is a vibrant and growing community. And we would like to engage people in our community and join the community. So if you are a member of the Flyte community, please feel free to join and reach out and actually bring more people in. Join us via the Slack channel and also check out flyte.org. With that, let's take a look at the agenda. Today, we have three great topics, so interesting topics. One is, of course, the community update. Next week, we have KubeCon North America. It's going to be very interesting. Going to spend a little bit of time talking about that. Second topic is about the DevRel, developer relations, the Flyte DevRel team. We're going to introduce the team as a small team, but it's a growing team, and we would like to get your support to help growing that team. And then we talk with, speak with Wenchu from Lacuna AI. It's going to be a little bit of a mix between a presentation and a fireside chat. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit of time learning about what the team and Wenchu have done at Lacuna and what the problem is that they solved, the business problem they solved, and what the technology is and what the tools are they have picked. Let's dive into the community updates. Of course, you know my name. Let's go to the next one. Talk about the KubeCon. Next week at KubeCon, we have a Flyte booth. KubeCon is October 24th to October 28th, physically in Detroit, North America. So the booth that we are at is the Startup SU Startup Booth 91. Swing by, see us. We'll have some swag there for you to take away. Also, there's some demos, there's some office hours. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting. There's also a CNCF Slack channel. You can join that and look for number 6 KubeCon Union.ai, and you'll find more information throughout the day. That's the physical part of KubeCon. We also have a virtual part. The virtual booth is actually open Sunday, 23rd. I think it's actually Monday when it's officially open. There's a URL that you can swing by that URL, check out some of the materials that we have uploaded. There's a video, there's a little bit of other material there. There's also office hours and demos that are listed here. Monday, we start Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's going to be highly interactive on the virtual side. If you can make it to Detroit, that's your next best option to really participate at KubeCon this year. Good. Community updates. I would love for Samita to tell us a little bit about this upcoming webinar. Samita, I'm just going to hand it over to you. Maybe you can tell us what you found interesting and what the talk is going to be about.
Yeah. So this will be a talk on operationalizing machine learning and interview study paper. If you're following Shreya Shankar on Twitter, you might have already come across it. So to give you all a brief overview of the paper, a team at UC Berkeley has conducted interviews with about 18 ML practitioners and compiled a list of their insights, observations, and recommendations regarding deploying models to production. So this talk will basically be about the common practices for successful ML experimentation, deployment, and sustaining production performance, and MLOps pain points and anti-patterns. So this will be a webinar with a presentation followed by a panel discussion. Shreya Shankar and Rolando Garcia, who are currently pursuing their PhDs at UC Berkeley, will be presenting the paper, and it's scheduled on November 8, 2022 at 3 p.m. PT. We believe this will be packed to the gills with interesting insights. So if you are in the MLOps space, we recommend you to join us and stay tuned for the webinar details. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I think there's also a call to action for the community. If people would be interested in joining the panel, I think obviously people with background experience and so on, I think we're open for having conversation about panelists to join. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So please reach out to Slack channel. We'll talk about in a second about a new channel in the Slack channel in our Flyte Slack channel, how to engage with DevRel. Fantastic. So I'm looking forward to the webinar on November 8th. Next is a write-up from the ML Ops community session, Ask Me Anything with Kathan. So Kathan, you remember that fantastic session that we had there. That was in August, a little bit ago. Sandra took all of the fantastic questions that came in for Flyte, including topics about pipelines and models and orchestration tools, and you name it, top challenges and maintainability. How do we monitor quality, and put it into a blog post? I think this format is great for an Ask Me Anything. So many questions, so many answers. Check out the Union.ai blog post, and I think there's always something that you might have missed in the Ask Me Anything, but not reading about it goes like, oh, interesting. And we would engage you and want you to engage with us here. Join the Slack channel, and if you have questions, if you want to continue the conversation, our Slack channel, the Flyte Slack channel, is the right forum for that. Okay, good. Now something on behalf of the developer relations. This time we're spending a little bit 5 minutes here in the community saying to cast the light on the DevRel team that we're building, and we think it's just a very nascent young team. But I want to answer a few questions here, and I want to project a little bit where we're going, what we're doing, who we're looking for, and give a little bit of an overview, and then have the team introduce themselves, whoever's online today. I get often the question, what is DevRel and why do we have DevRel? And many people actually know it, or at least think they know it, but I felt like one of the best definitions is, to me, that I personally use is growing, the successful usage and implementation of Flyte. This is literally what DevRel does. And the DevRel framework that we're using here at Flyte is very close to what Caroline Lefko wrote in her fantastic book about developer relations. And it really comes down to one thing. It's creating outstanding developer experiences. And we're just at the very beginning of that. And our goal is to improve this. The three areas that Caroline separates and distinguishes, and I believe they're all right on. There's developer success, which is, how do we provide support to developers by assisting them and helping them with their challenges. Our tool for developer success is, of course, the Slack channel. And that's how you can engage with us. But there are also other, GitHub obviously is also to a certain extent the forum here. But there are also people behind that, and we're going to talk about those people who are here to help and to support. But developer success is something that we put forward as top of our priorities, and we're going to invest and do a little, not just a little, but a lot more on the developer success side, because Flyte obviously is such a fantastic tool, and we see a lot of adoption there. So there's a lot of support that actually is needed when it comes to questions like, where do I find this? How do I do that? Many people have solved this, and we just got to make sure and put forward that the right set of content learning resources are also available, which brings me to the developer education part. The team right now is working on part of the content and helping to make content easier to navigate. And I think we're very interested in learning more about what works on the content side, what does not work, what learning resources does the community want to have, and what learning resources should we improve. That's the second pillar that we're focusing on. And the last pillar in DevRel is, classically, we don't really like the word marketing, but the tools that are used in marketing, we do like them, which are the outreach tools. And that's clearly setting up, what we heard earlier. Samita mentioned a webinar, that we talk about implementation of MLOps and so on and so on. Those are topics that I think clearly fall into that. Well, I'm going to introduce the team in a second. Actually, they're going to introduce themselves. But really, here's the call to action for our community. We want to hear from you. We will be adding a new DevRel channel in the Slack channel, DevRel section area, where you can actually provide suggestions and feedback about developer relations for Flyte, specifically, about what do you expect from developer success and from education and from our outreach function. if there are areas where we can engage, if there are opportunities we should be aware of, there's going to be a central area to share this with us. I'm looking forward to getting this rolled out quickly this week. And last but not least, we're looking to grow the DevRel team. Join the Slack channel, find me, reach out to me, and we're happy to interview and find candidates. There's also on Union.ai job postings there. You can take a look at the Union.ai job postings. Just engage with us. But with that, I want to hand over to the team and to have the team introduce themselves real quick so everybody knows who's actually running the developer relations on Flyte. Please, Samita.
Yeah, Ketan, you want to talk about something?
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly chime in one thing. I think we at Union really, and Samita and Tyler and others that you'll meet care about the community deeply, and we really want to help foster it. But this is our side of effort from Union's side. That doesn't mean the DevRel is completely closed, right? You can join in and you can help us build the community and grow the community and foster the community on your own side. Join the channel. That doesn't mean you have to join Union. This is Flyte, which is an open product. Be part of the community and be part of the developer relations team and help us with it. And yes, of course, we are hiring at Union. So if you want to do this full time, we would love to have you at Union.
Cool. Okay. Hello again. I'm a developer advocate at Union.ai, and it has been a year and a half since I joined Union. And yeah, my tasks include sharing insights and information via blog posts, managing the community on Slack, building integrations with other platforms. And yeah, the holistic goal is to make users and developers happy. And in my free time, I like building web and ML applications. And yeah, that's about it.
That's fantastic. So I saw actually in your free time, you just posted something last weekend. What was the thing that you built there, Samita?
Yeah, it was an ML application that predicts the location of an image/video. It was part of FSDL 2022 course. So yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, so glad to have you here. So let's introduce, if the rest of the team is online. Shibai, I hope you sorted out the internet connection issues that you had earlier. So if you have, please introduce yourself. I don't think he has. So Shibai has joined the team as a community success engineer. That goes back into that function that I mentioned earlier to really make sure that we have developer success, DevX, and really the experience has to be at a certain level. Therefore, we have community success engineers who really are here to support our developers to make sure that they get the most out of Flyte, obviously as a framework, as technology, but also the resources that are around and available, plus the information about as being an information source, where to find more information. So this is the role of Shiva. Shiva joined us just recently. You can find him obviously in the Slack channel, and he's always there to help you when you have any questions on Slack or with regards to Flyte. Also, we hired Tyler. Tyler is our new community. Next slide. Tyler is our new community organizer. So Tyler, please, if I think he might be in a traffic jam. We had a massive traffic jam this morning, so I don't think you're online, are you? No, he's not. So Tyler joined us actually just recently as our community and events coordinator. This is very indicative for what Ketan said earlier. We want to do more. We also want to support community members here. If you have an idea about putting forward a meetup about Flyte in a location, let's say Europe or in the US or South America, Asia, and Africa, we're here to help. And this is not just like saying, well, let's put it on our website, let's put it in flyte.org, but also supporting you with logistics there for Flyte meetups. So Tyler is a community events coordinator. He has done this actually before. And if you have or want to set up a Flyte meetup in your location, reach out to Tyler. Tyler can be found on the Slack channel as well, in the Flyte Slack channel. And we're here to make sure that you can get your event organized. So with that, here's the team. Obviously, Samita and Shiva and Tyler. And as I said earlier, we're looking forward to add a few more people, but also as what Kathan said is valid too. You can also help without joining us here organizationally, but just being a Flyte community member. We would be happy to have you there. We also have something that we call office hours. Sandra, if you could put the slides on real quick. Then we talk about the office hours, and there are usually 3 sets of office hours. We have one set called the Red Eye with Haytham. That is, always Wednesdays. Katrina also Wednesdays, and also Samita Wednesdays. So that's exactly what when he says community documentation, it's institutions like the office hours that actually help us, and we want to do a better job here too. So just what we heard from Minju about how we can improve here, join us and tell us what we can do better here. If we need different hours, different times, or more time zones, let us know. We're happy to do this. The next sync is November 1st with Sheridan from Wolt. I'm super excited about that upcoming sync, the conversation with Wen-Shu. We're going to dive deep and learn more about what drove people, what motivated people to adopt Flyte, what are kind of like the outcomes that they were able to provide. I think it was very impressive, Wen-Shu, to hear what your outcomes are. So join us here. I just want to say thanks again, Wen-Shu. This was a great pleasure to hear you today, have you here today. And we would love to have you back at the community meeting. I'm saying thanks to everyone else, and I'll see you on November 1st at the next community sync.
Yeah, Goodbye. Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you.